People like to say all sorts of things, sweet things, bitter things, words that make your blood boil or your heart flutter. Words are cheap, though, too cheap for the weight they carry. Anyone with a mouth can spew out promises, lies, half-truths wrapped in pretty ribbons. But actions don't lie. They're the raw truth, the unfiltered reflection of a person's soul. Let me break it down for you. And you need to listen closely, because what I'm about to say might shatter every illusion you've been holding on to. People will promise the world with their words, but their hands are too busy building their own castles. They'll say they care, but when you fall, they'll turn their backs faster than the wind on a stormy night. You've heard it, right? Don't trust a smiling face. There's wisdom in that. Smiles are just masks, layers of paint covering up the cracks beneath. People wear the brightest, kindest masks to hide the darkness festering inside them. But you've got to be sharper than their deceit. Don't let their words tie you down like chains. Watch what they do, not just what they say. It's easy to say, "I love you," but it's harder to prove it. Because love means sacrifice. Remember this: actions have no shadows to hide behind. You think you know someone because they smile at you or say they care? Nah. Words are cheap. A liar will swear on their life with the same breath they use to shatter yours. You want to survive out here? Trust what you see, not what you hear. Let me let you in on a little secret about this twisted world of ours. People love to play roles. They're actors, reading from a script they've written to manipulate you. They'll smile when they stab you in the back, cry crocodile tears when they crush your spirit. But actions? Actions are raw. Actions can't be faked. A hand that feeds you today, but slaps you tomorrow. That's not love. That's control. You remember that guy who promised he'd always have your back? Where is he now? Gone. And that girl who swore she'd never leave? She's probably laughing with someone else. But you're still here, picking up the pieces. Doesn't that make you wonder? If they truly cared, why are you the one cleaning up the mess they left behind? Watch their actions, not their words. A person who says they care will show up when it matters, not just when it's convenient. They'll fight for you when the world's against you, not vanish when things get tough. If their love is conditional, it's not love. It's a transaction. Let me simplify it. Ever heard of wolves in sheep's clothing? That's what you've been dealing with. People wear masks to hide their real faces. They tell you what you want to hear, feed you illusions, and when they're done using you, they'll toss you aside like yesterday's trash. Ever notice how they only show up when they need something? How they're your best friend when they're desperate, but when you're in need, they vanish? That's who they really are. People's actions in your darkest moments reveal their true colors. It's the ugliest truths that shine the brightest when the lights go out. You want to know the funny thing? You let them do this to you. Yeah, I said it. You let them in. You gave them the keys to your soul, and now you're surprised they trashed the place. Stop being so naive. Stop expecting honesty from dishonest people. Stop giving love to those who only know how to take. You're not weak for caring, but you're foolish for thinking everyone deserves it. Some people don't deserve your time, your trust, or your tears. Save those for the rare few who prove themselves worthy, not through their words, but through their actions. Take a good look around. Who's still standing by you? Who's been there through the storms, not just the sunshine? That's your real circle. Small, right? Maybe one, maybe two people, and that's okay. Quality over quantity, kid. 1,000 fake smiles aren't worth one genuine hug. People will tell you to forgive and forget. Let bygones be bygones. Right? Wrong. Forgive if you must, but don't forget. Remember who left you bleeding and who helped you heal. Keep those lessons close, because the world will keep testing you. If you don't learn, you'll keep falling. You want power? Real power. It's not about money or control. It's about clarity, the ability to see through the lies, to read people like open books. When you stop listening to their words and start watching their actions, you become untouchable. No one can deceive you. No one can hurt you. Trust what you see. Actions don't lie. A person who cares will move mountains for you. A person who doesn't will give excuses. Simple as that. Don't complicate it. You've got a choice now. You can keep letting people walk all over you, keep falling for their tricks. Or you can wake up, open your eyes, and start living by what you see, not what you hear. It's going to hurt. You'll lose people. But let me tell you something. Losing fake friends is a blessing, not a curse. Trust me, kid, I've been down that road. I've been lied to, betrayed, left for dead, and every time I came back stronger, sharper, because I stopped listening to their lies and started watching their moves. It's a brutal way to live, but it's real. And in this world, real is all that matters. What's it going to be? Keep living in their illusions, or start seeing the truth? The choice is yours. Just remember, actions reveal true colors. Always have. Always will. You know what your biggest problem is? You're too afraid to let go. You hold on to people like they're lifelines, even when they're the ones sinking you. You keep making excuses for them, don't you? Oh, they're just going through something. Oh, they didn't mean it. Lies. All lies. You're lying to yourself to avoid facing the truth. That they don't care about you the way you care about them. Want to know what happens when you let people like that stay in your life? They drain you, take everything you've got, and leave you empty. And then, when you have nothing left to give, they disappear like shadows when the sun comes up. You're left standing there wondering where you went wrong. Let me save you the trouble. Your mistake was letting them in. You think people change? Let me tell you something about change. Real change is rare. People don't change because you love them. They don't change because you forgive them. They change because they hit rock bottom. Because life breaks them so badly that they have no choice but to rebuild. Even then, it's not guaranteed. So stop wasting your time hoping they'll be different. They won't. Not for you. Not for anyone. Let me give you an example. Picture a snake. It sheds its skin, right? Looks fresh, new, reborn. But it's still a snake. Still venomous. People are like that. They might change their behavior, put on a new act, but underneath, same old poison. You've got to learn to see the snake for what it is, not what it pretends to be. And when you do, you've got two choices. Cut it out of your life, or keep letting it bite you. But don't come crying when the venom spreads. That's on you. You think I don't know what it's like? I've been there. Trusted people I shouldn't have. Believed their lies. Forgave their betrayals. And every time, they proved me wrong. Every single time. It took me a while, but I learned. You can't fix people. You can't save them. And you sure as hell can't trust them until they prove themselves. Not once, not twice, but every single time. You've got a good heart. That's your problem. You want to see the best in people even when they show you their worst. But listen to me. A good heart in a cruel world is like a candle in a hurricane. It won't last unless you protect it, guard it. And that means being ruthless with who you let in. You think being kind makes you strong? Number kindness without boundaries makes you weak. People see your kindness and take advantage of it. They'll use you, bleed you dry, and toss you aside when you have nothing left to give. Strength isn't about how much you can take. It's about how much you can protect yourself from, how much you can say no, how much you can walk away. Let me give you another example. Picture a bridge, strong, sturdy, built to carry weight. But what happens when too many people walk over it? Too many trucks pass through it? Cracks. It collapses. That's you. You're the bridge, carrying everyone else's weight, ignoring your own cracks. One day, you're going to collapse. And when you do, don't expect anyone to stick around to rebuild you. They'll just find another bridge. You need to wake up. Stop being their bridge. Stop being their safety net. If they can't stand on their own, that's their problem, not yours. You're not a charity. You're not a punching bag. You're a person. And you deserve people who lift you up, not drag you down. Here's the harsh truth. Most people don't care about you. Not really. They care about what you can do for them, how you make them feel, how you fit into their plans. The moment you stop being useful, you'll see their true colors. And trust me, those colors aren't pretty. You want a life lesson? Here it is. Trust actions, not words. Words are easy. Easy. Actions take effort. A friend who says they'll be there for you? Watch what they do when you need them. A lover who promises forever? See if their actions match their promises. If they don't, walk away. No excuses. No second chances. Because let me tell you something. Every second you spend on the wrong people is a second you could be spending on yourself. Building yourself up. Finding the right people. The ones who will fight for you, not against you. I know it's hard. Letting go is painful. It feels like cutting off a piece of yourself. But sometimes, it's the only way to survive. The only way to grow. Because the truth is, not everyone deserves a seat at your table. Not everyone deserves your trust, your love, your time. Take a good hard look at the people in your life. Watch their actions. See who they really are. And if they don't match their words, if they don't prove themselves through what they do, then you know what to do. Take a good hard look at the people in your life. Watch their actions. See who they really are. And if they don't match their words, if they don't prove themselves through what they do, then you know what to do. Trust what you see, not what you hear. Actions reveal true colors. Always have. Always will. You want to know why people don't want you to see the truth? Because the truth is ugly. It's raw. It exposes the lies they've built their lives on. Most people are terrified of being seen for who they really are. That's why they wear masks. That's why they spin stories. Dress themselves in pretty words. But you've got a choice. You can keep pretending, keep living in their world of make-believe, or you can rip the mask off and see the monster underneath. It's not easy. It never is. Seeing people for who they really are will tear you apart. You'll start questioning everything. Every word they said. Every promise they made. But that pain? That's the price of freedom. The cost of clarity. And trust me, it's worth it. Stop waiting for people to change. They won't. They'll keep taking from you until you've got nothing left. And then they'll leave. You'll be left questioning why you weren't enough. But let me tell you something. It's not about you. It never was. It's about them, their selfishness, their greed, their inability to see the value of what they have. You know what's really tragic? You've got a heart bigger than most. You love deeper, give more, and care more than anyone else. And that's why they target you. They see your kindness as a weakness, your generosity as an opportunity. But here's the thing. It's not weakness. It's strength. And if you learn to protect it, nobody will be able to touch you. You don't have to stop caring or loving, but you do need to be smarter about who you give that to. Not everyone deserves your heart or your time. The ones who do, they'll show it. Not with words, but through their actions. Every time you feel like you owe someone something, remember this. You owe it to yourself to protect your peace, your happiness, and your life. You don't owe anyone an explanation, an excuse, or a second chance. When someone shows you who they really are, believe them the first time. Don't wait for them to hurt you again. If they call you cold or say you've changed, good. Let them. You're not here to please anyone or be their doormat, punching bag, or safety net. You're here to live, to thrive. And if that means cutting people off, then so be it. You know what they say. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But honestly, I don't believe in shame anymore. Trust isn't something that's given. It's earned. And if someone hasn't earned it, they don't deserve it. Simple as that. But here's the thing. When you start putting yourself first, people will hate it. They'll call you selfish, arrogant, or heartless. Let them. Their opinion doesn't matter. Their words don't matter. Only their actions do. And if those don't match their words, you already know what to do. This world is full of liars, manipulators, and users, but it's also full of warriors, survivors, and fighters. And you're a fighter. You've been through hell and back, and you're still standing. That's weakness. That's strength. As long as you trust what you see, not what you hear, you'll keep surviving. Keep winning. Remember this. Actions reveal the truth. Always have. Always will. So trust what you see, and never let anyone take that away from you. You might be sitting there thinking, what if I'm wrong about them? What if I'm being too harsh? Let me tell you something. Second chances are a luxury. They're rare, precious, and only a few people truly deserve them. Most people don't even deserve the first chance you gave them. So stop doubting yourself. Stop making excuses for people who've already shown you their true nature. Here's a little game I like to play. Call their bluff. Take away what they want from you and see what's left. If they stick around when they're not benefiting from you, maybe, just maybe, they're real. But most of the time, they'll vanish the second they can't take anything from you. And when they do, don't chase them. Don't beg them. Let them leave. Their departure is their confession. Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine you're drowning, gasping for air, struggling to stay afloat. You call for help, and someone reaches out a hand. Relief floods over you. But just as you grab their hand, they pull you under. They used your pain as a step to save themselves. That's how most people operate. They'll pretend to save you, while using you to help themselves. And you let it happen. You convince yourself they're your savior, your friend, your family. But the truth? They were never there for you. They were there for themselves. Here's what I've learned. Most people don't love you. They love what you can do for them. They don't see you. They see an opportunity. The moment you stop giving, the moment you stop bending over backward to please them, they'll turn on you, like wolves. And they'll blame you for it. They'll make you feel guilty for putting yourself first. Don't fall for it. Let me tell you about real power. It's not about money, control, or dominance. It's about freedom. The freedom to walk away from anyone or anything that no longer serves you. The freedom to choose yourself over and over again without apology. That's what scares people. That's why they try so hard to keep you stuck in their web of lies. A person who knows their worth, who can walk away, that person is unstoppable. Want to know who's really in your corner? Pay attention to who claps for you when you succeed, and who's there when you have nothing left to give. Those are your people. Not the ones who show up when things are good, but the ones who stick around when things are bad. And trust me, that list is short. But that's okay. A small circle of real ones is worth more than a stadium full of fakes. Here's the thing. You don't need anyone's permission to cut people off. You don't owe anyone an explanation for protecting your peace. If someone doesn't align with your vision, if they're not helping you grow, let them go. And if they call you cold, ruthless, or selfish, good. Wear it like a badge of honor. The people who truly care won't need an explanation. They'll understand. I know it's lonely. Cutting people off, walking away, standing on your own. But here's something about loneliness. It's better to be alone in truth than surrounded by lies. It's better to stand alone in your power than kneel in someone else's shadow. And when you learn to find strength in your solitude, nobody can touch you. Because here's the thing about darkness. It's where you find yourself. It strips away the lies, the illusions, the masks, and when you see who you really are, the world's games don't matter anymore. Trust what you see, not what you hear. Watch their actions, not their words. When they show you their true colors, believe them the first time. Don't wait for them to betray you again. Protect yourself. In this world, it's not the kind-hearted who survive. It's the ones who see the truth, who guard their hearts, who trust their instincts. Be one of them. Be the one who knows their worth. The one who can walk away when necessary. And when you do, you'll see the world for what it really is, a stage full of masks. But those masks, they don't matter. The only truth that matters is the one you carry within you. You think you've got time to waste on the wrong people? You don't. Time is the one thing you can't get back. It doesn't matter how much money you make, how many apologies you hear, or how many promises are broken. Every second spent on someone who doesn't value you is a second lost forever. And those seconds? They add up. One day, you'll realize you've spent years on people who didn't deserve even a moment of your time. But here's the kicker. It's not just your time they're stealing. It's your energy, your peace, your confidence. Every lie, every betrayal, every letdown chips away at you until there's nothing left but a hollow shell. And the worst part? You let them, because you're too scared to be alone. But here's the truth. Loneliness isn't the enemy. Fake company is. Stop running from solitude. Embrace it. When you're truly alone, you'll learn who you are, what you want, what you need, and what you'll no longer tolerate. That's power. The kind of power that scares people. A person who can be alone can't be controlled. They don't need anyone to complete them. They know their worth. And if you're sitting there wondering, what if you make the wrong choice? What if you let the wrong person go? Well, let me ask you this. What's the cost of keeping them? How many more nights will you spend wondering if they really care? How many chances will you give them to prove what you already know deep inside? People don't change because you love them. They change because they choose to. And if they haven't chosen by now, they won't. Not for you, not for anyone. So stop waiting for an apology you'll never get. Stop hoping for a miracle that's never coming. Let them go, not for them, but for you. Every time you forgive someone who hasn't earned it, you're teaching them that their behavior is okay, but it's not. You're not a doormat. You're not a project. You're a person of value. And if they don't see that, if they don't treat you like the treasure you are, then they don't deserve you. Love isn't a prison. It doesn't make you weak. If someone truly loves you, they'll show it through actions. They'll fight for you, not against you. They'll lift you up, not drag you down. And if they're not doing that, it's not love. It's manipulation. You're stronger than you think. You've been through heartbreak, betrayal, and disappointment, and you're still standing. That's not weakness. That's resilience. And it's time you started acting like it. So stop letting people take advantage of you. Stop sacrificing your happiness for those who wouldn't do the same for you. Protect your peace, your energy, your life. You've got a choice. Keep living for others or start living for yourself. Start putting yourself first. Trust what you see, not what you hear. Actions reveal true colors, and those colors never lie. So, what's it going to be? Keep drowning in their illusions or rise above it all? The answer is simple, but the choice, it's yours.